All right, we're back with some more Blue Dog.
Blue Dog. Actually, did you ever play the game? Not to throw you off track with whatever you may have had planned for the first sentence that you were just saying.
I had nothing planned.
There was a Genesis game called, I think, Green Dog.
Really?
Did you ever play that?
No. Hence the really.
Yeah.
Hence the surprise.
It was like about.
Actually, you know what? Focus here. Let's focus on this box.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can beat this guy because I really don't want to get. I think you have to hit him 8 times.
What is his actual name? It's not Professor
No,
Hen.
it's Professor Hen. He's the Chicken Man.
The Chicken Man.
No, he's Dr. Robotnik.
Dr.
Or Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Eggman.
So you actually weren't far off with Dr. Egg. I just
I didn't completely make it up. I knew he was something egg something or other.
I just think the name Dr. Egg is just a really great name.
Yup.
Okay, there we go.
So Dr. Egg's dead. He's burned alive in the ship.
There are also pretty clearly some wires on that thing.
Yeah, clearly wires.
For those, so anyone who hasn't sent in their entry yet, you failed.
It's too late.
It's too late.
We've seen the wires. The jig is up.
Hey, we can never go back. We've seen the wires. We can never unsee the wires. What was I talking about?
Oh, fucking Labyrinth Zone. Is this the one where, like, you fight, like, a Sphinx or something at a pyramid? Or am I thinking of a different Sonic?
You may be thinking of...
That's like Sand Zone, right?
You may be thinking of Super Mario Land 1 for the Game Boy?
I'm definitely not as usual.
No?
There's definitely a Sonic game that has you running through... I want to say, maybe it is Sand Zone, not Pyramid Zone. Is that a thing?
Maybe. I'm trying to remember... So... This...
I feel like the sand rises. It's like quicksand Sonic.
Oh man, I may not know that one then.
No, you must.
It's not this.
So it's Sonic 2 then, or Sonic and Knuckles.
It may be Sonic and I never actually beat Sonic and Knuckles. It probably is because it's not this, and it's not Sonic 2.
I can see it being Sonic and Knuckles.
Those are the two that I know the best because those are the ones my cousins had.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to watch Sonic and. It was a TV show for I don't know how long, or even when it ran, really. But we didn't really have cable, and so I feel like it was on, like, public...
I think it was, like on the old, like, UPN back when during the day when they were showing cartoons.
I could see that. Yeah, I feel like it was on the same channel that, like, Garfield would have been on.
Oh, yeah.
And, I used to plonk down in front of the TV and watch Sonic. It was one of the few shows I actually was able to watch as a kid. And my mom would make me, like, one of those... Stouffer French bread pizzas.
It was the pepperoni and...
Yep, the pepperoni. I think it was probably just pepperoni back then because I was a narrow-minded little shit. But at least that's what she said to me when she handed it to me when I was watching Sonic.
Here's your pizza, you narrow-minded little shit.
Oh, she was a loving woman. But they're so good. They're probably not good anymore when you have like the option as an adult to buy a real pizza that's awesome. But I feel like if one was in my freezer, I probably would eat it almost instantly.
I've actually eaten Stouffer's French bread pizza in the last 12 months, and
I feel like the problem with those is that you have to like. Don't they cook fairly long considering what they are?
You have to keep them like we used to cook them
30 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, we used to cook them in the toaster oven. I don't know if it's different if you use like a proper oven or
I imagine it's probably a difference of less than like 5 minutes. Right?
Yeah. But I remember getting they had I think like a pepperoni sausage and bacon one, which was delicious and I loved. And I would eat it all the time, and it would completely destroy my mouth.
Yup.
Because for some reason that French bread would just...
It would turn into basically, like, piecrete. And then...
Is piecrete a thing?
Yeah, I want to say it's, like, a type of concrete, possibly made out of ice.
Oh, wait, is it...
That they made that ship out of once, or they had plans to make a ship out of ice, but it was basically piecrete.
I feel like making a ship out of ice would only work in a very small region of the world.
Apparently it doesn't melt. This is what I heard on QI long ago, maybe season 1 or 2, and I still don't really understand how it works, so I should probably look it up.
Yeah.
Did you fully game over it?
I fully gamed over. Fully.
You said you could continue, you dickweed.
I ran out of continues.
Oh
I made it as far as Labyrinth. Well, you know what? Let's just keep... You were talking about piecrete. Let's finish this episode off.
I was sort of talking about... I mainly talked about how I didn't know anything about piecrete.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. Well, we were also talking about pizza.
We were talking about the Stouffer's French bread pizzas, and I feel like they take 30 minutes to cook, at least in a normal oven, like a normal human might put them in.
Right.
Not any fancy toaster-based oven. toasting ovens.
I like that you're putting fancy before the toaster oven, because in my mind, toaster oven is like the cheap oven.
It is.
Is the thing that, like, you know...
You buy when you can't have a working oven? Is that no one has that issue, do they?
No, because they do completely different things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Well, not really.
No, they both heat.
It's just the small version of an oven.
But it also, it's not just a... I mean, come on, it's not just a small version of an oven.
I feel like I'm not oversimplifying by saying it's just a small version of the oven. It's just a small version of an oven.
But it's also a larger, more spacious version of a toaster.
I feel like that's something that an idiot would say if he was a narrow-minded little shit.
I mean, if we ever find one, we should ask him.
I'll have to wait until I can invent time travel. I'll go back and ask myself, or my mom, what would that insolent little jumped-up shit say about this issue?
I like that you changed everything, but still called yourself a shit.
You know?
And little.
Oh, I was always quite little. I became big overnight.
Did you?
In that movie, Big.
In that... Oh, dude.
With the friggin' circus or
With
boardwalk or
what the
whatever.
hell was the
gypsy?
It's always gypsies, dude.
Was it like a gypsy coin thing?
You have to be really careful about gypsies.
Yeah.
I was actually reading about gypsies recently.
Were you?
I got a book about gypsies.
You would.
It's
You're
called...
like a gypsy.
Well, I am. And, I mean, Portugal has gypsies in it.
I assumed it was only gypsies.
It's mostly gypsies, but gypsies who've been ostracized from gypsy society.
Of course.
No, it was interesting because I was reading about gypsies and how they don't really, according to this book, have any real, like, written language, and most of them can't read. And that they also, like, in their storytelling, don't reference specific places or times or people, because that ties them down to a region or an area, and then, you know, prevents them from continuing to wander.
Why does that tie them to a region if it's just a story?
I'm honestly just repeating what the book said.
So you've really learned something there.
I've learned to say that sentence. I've learned the words of it, and the order in which those words should be placed. So... Yeah, that's... gypsies.
That's the thing about gypsies.
Yeah. You gotta be careful about
They're
them.
probably not as big into toaster oven pizzas.
No, well, they don't have electrical outlets.
No.
I don't imagine.
Well, I mean, they steal everything else, probably steal electricity as well.
Oh, take that, gypsies.
I don't really know much about gypsies.
I
know that people say that they're thieves or whatever, but, like, are they, or are they really just sort of nomadic, and obviously some of them are gonna steal, like any civilization has thieves.
Like any subgroup of people
Yep.
has some of them people who steal.
Yup.
Unless the subgroup is people who haven't stolen.
Yes, in which case, nearly nil have stolen.
Nearly nil. We can't be 100% sure.
Well, I mean, if you are a thief and you have absolutely no scruples, then wouldn't you also lie and say you weren't a thief and join a non-thief subgroup? I'm just saying, it's possible.
I like how you're saying join the non-thief subgroup like it's, you know, some sort of church group that you could go to.
Yeah.
You know, on Thursdays down at St. Augustine's, join the people who haven't stolen things group. There will be tea and chit-chat.
Honestly, most boring people you'll ever meet. Not a story among them. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think we proved pretty well off to my cousins that I still pretty much suck at Sonic.
Yup.
Because I couldn't get past the fucking Labyrinth Zone.
So we did what we set out to do, which is vindicate your cousin's opinions on your terrible game playing.
Yep. So, thanks, cousins. Still suck.